It's day 16 of the Savasannahyoga January Challenge. Pause here if you haven't already and go back to do day 13. Get yourself warmed up with the breath work, cat-cow, move through your sun sails, all the way up to the end of equanimity. And then to come back to here, because today I'm going to add on the bit we added on yesterday, and then the bit going on for today. So if you haven't already, go to day 13. So yesterday we added the first bit of grounding, and we're going to add on the next bit of grounding today. So come to the front of your mats. After having done your equanimity, your true pose, big breath, inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, or straight to downward facing dog. You may be done with your chaturangas, and that's okay. Downward facing dog. And as we added on yesterday, warrior one on the right side. Right foot comes through, straight into your warrior one. Choose your choice. Ground down through the four corners of the feet, spread the toes. And then open out into warrior two, so the hips go from the front to the side. Bend the back knee if you need to, gaze towards the fronting fingertips. Into triangle, straighten the right leg. Bring your stance in a little bit more if you need to. Arms to a T, move your hand forward, and then right hand down to the right foot, and left hand down. You can place a block underneath to lift you up. Breathe here. One more big breath in. And then come back into triangle pose. Bring your block towards the side. Turn both toes so they're facing the side of your mat for wide forward fold. So you might want to go a bit deeper in your stance, you might want to go a bit narrower, play around. Hands come to your hips, take a big breath in, roll the shoulders back, and then exhale, fold forward. Now block is great to place your hands onto if you feel like you've actually got some flexibility, play around with it. Hands can go flat, behind you, whatever works. Pull in the pit of your belly, find a little bit more space and let gravity do its thing. Push the weight into your toes ever so slightly. If you need to, you can bend the knees, move around. Or stay with stillness. Draw the shoulders into the spine, relax down. And then bring your body up to center. Traditionally, you bring your hands onto your hips, and then your top of your body comes up. Now, I always get this wrong, front facing forward fold. Both your feet are now going to turn towards the right side, the front of your mat. Now again, you can work with your stance, so you can go wider, you can go narrower, but both your feet are facing 12 o'clock. Keep your legs closer to each other. Grab behind, grab your elbows, roll the shoulders back. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, you fold over the front leg. This is very intense on the legs, so just be with it. Shift the right hip backwards, because you tend to stick the booty out to the right side. So feel the shift of your right hip backwards and your left hip forwards. Again, it's that length. You can always bend the knees. And then when you're at your edge, you let the head hang loose. Spreading the toes always works for me in this one. Spread, ground down. Again, the shoulders tend to shift as you move, so roll them into your spine. Keep them stacked. One more breath. And then come up to standing. From here, grab a block if you don't have one, or a book. It's great for twisted triangles. We went for triangle the front way. We're now going to twist it the opposite way. So again, play around with your stance. I have to go a little bit wider. Left hand goes to the block. This could be your twisted triangle, looking over to the right. Or you can lift your hands up. Now play around. My heel doesn't like to go down onto the mat as I twist round, and that's okay. You've got to go what works for you. You'll find your stance, you'll find where it works and comfortable for you. Play around. You can go lower if your hand is all the way down to the mat. Excellent. Just think round, down, lift up. Place both hands onto the ground. The legs will be sore now, so you can drop both knees down, come into child's pose, or go for a chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, upward facing if you're going for it. Exhale, downward facing. If you're in child's, pause there. And then curl the toes underneath, downward facing dog for the left side. I'm going to turn so you can see. Grabbing my block in front of me, or book, whatever works for you. So downward facing dog, and then left foot comes up for warrior one on the left side. I'm going to go for arms up this time. Open out warrior two, so the hips move from the front to the side. As I say, I like to bend the back knee. Go wide in your stance, gaze towards your left fingertips. And then I spring my right foot back in, straighten my left for triangle. Left hand goes to the side and then down towards the foot, right arm up. Again, you can use a block here. Place it by your foot, lift up. Come back up into triangle pose. Bring your block round if you want it. Your feet come back towards the side of the mat for wide leg forward fold. Again, we'll play around with some options this time. So you inhale, roll shoulders back. Exhale, forward fold. And then you can come down onto your right foot and just play around with your hips. Maybe stretch the arm up. And then if you can, move over to the other side with no hands, working on your hips. Hip mobility is excellent. Some people have it, some people don't. This also increases it, working down low. So if you feel like you want to go for that, great option. And then you come back through to wide leg forward fold. And if you wish to, and you can do a tripod headstand, you can place your hands down, widen your stance, come onto your head and lift up into tripod headstand. Only try if you know how to do it. Or also, if you come back up to standing, you can clasp your fingertips behind your back, roll the shoulders and forward fold. Another option. And come back up to standing for, on the left side, front facing forward fold. Very confusing with the names. So the feet are both now facing the back of the mat. Grab those elbows, try and get it the other way round, but work with it if you can, and you've got the flexibility. Traditionally, the pose is your palms touching each other at the back, but it's very uncomfortable. Work with what you can. Play around with the legs, and then when you're ready, forward fold over. I always have to bend my front knee. If I straighten it, I look out and it hurts. So again, as always, do what works for you. And coming back up. Get the block if you need it for twisted triangle over to the left. So it comes to the side of your left foot. I'm going to widen my stance, lift my heel, my right hand goes down, my left arm goes up, and I twist over to the other side. Twisted triangle. Very uncomfortable, so just work with it. And come back through center. Hands onto the mat. Again, you can just bring the knees down, open into child's pose, or flow through. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. So that's where we're going to end today. So we've added on all of grounding now. So we've gone from the standing poses, which we did in equanimity, dancer, tree, into grounding, which is mostly your twists. You ground down, lift up through the wide leg, forward fold, etc. We're done with standing poses now. We go down onto the mat, and then it's all very mat based. We do a little bit of heart openers, and then we do some ab work, and then it's really getting into the hips. So from now on, you're all on the floor. You've done an excellent job for getting here, so well done. Let's have Shavasana. Getting down to the floor. Comfortable. And then take the moment to do absolutely nothing. If you feel any areas of tension in your body, just soften into them. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back. As always, if you'd like to stay here, just ignore what I'm saying. For the next part, I'll bring the knees in, massage the spine, or stretch out long. Roll to one side. And then come up to your comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed as much as possible. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Just thank yourself for doing day 16. If you've been doing it every day so far, you are a hero. Well done. Just finding the time is the tricky bit. That's the hard bit. Once you've found the time and you're on the mat, it's easy. Bring your hand to the forehead. Namaste. Well done, guys. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.